Hello, Mr. Rick.
How are you?
I'm good today.
Good. Have you had a good week?
Well, a pretty busy week, honestly,
Yeah.
because I was revising for the test next week.
Oh, what test have you got?
A lot of subjects, for example, math and literature.
Right. So a lot of subjects. Okay. Well, I hope it goes well, Michael.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, Tung. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
That's great, Tung. Can you turn your camera on, please?
Yeah, I just fixing my computer.
Sure. Okay. And I don't think nobody else is here yet. Okay. Michael, I can see you, Tung. It's good to have you back. First time I've been able to see you for a while. Okay. Michael,
Yes,
can you read this for me? Can you translate this for me? Can you see?
I don't think I can. The camera is quite luminous.
Okay. So you can't see it very well.
You can you can screenshot it and send it to me. I will. I guess I can translate it if you send the picture.
That's okay. I just wanted to see if you could translate it now. Don't worry.
Is it
Don't
from
worry.
your student?
No, it's from, I have what is called a sponsored child. I give money to this child and her family, and they live in a mountain part of Vietnam in the north.
Oh, I see.
Very, very poor part. And so I send them some money.
Donation.
Yeah, donation through this organization here. Can you see this?
Wow, I see.
Yeah, called Child Fund. Okay, so I send them money every month to help this young. I think she is about 12. This girl, and she. I think they are very poor, and their family are farmers.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Yeah, I'd like to help. I like to help them. And so through the Child Fund organization, I send them some money every month just to help her with her education. Otherwise, I don't think they can afford to buy things like books, for example. And I think she has to spend a lot of time helping with the farm. So I don't think she gets the chance to have much of an education. I can't remember the name of the part of Vietnam it is. It's one of the mountain provinces.
Ah,
I can't
So,
remember the name. I
if
can't
you
remember the name.
if you describe, I might as well know where it is.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably will, but I can't remember the name at all. And because this is a letter that she wrote to me, the girl.
Ah, I see.
She sent me this letter, but of course I can't read it.
Well, you can
Sorry, Michael.
send a picture to me and I'll translate it.
Oh, I know. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. That's very kind. I can do that to Mrs. Ha too, of course. But I just thought I would see first if you could just read it, any of it like this. But is it not clear enough?
Yeah,
You can't see it on the camera. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
somehow her writing is a bit small.
Right. Yes. Very small. Yeah. Very small. And I did get a translation of it that the Vietnam Office of Child Fund sent to me, but they couldn't translate it very well, I don't think. Some of the words are funny, very funny.
Ah,
So I
well,
think this class could probably do better. Some of the English words they use are not correct. Anyway, don't worry, Michael. Don't worry. But yeah, I must try to remember the name of this province. Okay, Who else have we got? So I can see Tang. Hello, Tuk Lin. Hello, Tuk Lin.
Hello, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. And hello, Cho Zhang.
Hi, teacher.
How are you, Cho Zhang?
I feel great. Thank you.
Great, great. Have you had a good week, Cho Zhang?
I just have a normal week. I don't have like nothing which is too special.
Nothing special, just a normal week. Okay, that's good. Hello, Zung Ha.
Hi,
Hi, Zung Ha. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Well, are you a little bit cold today, Zung Ha? I can see you have you have like, it looks like a very warm top on, very warm jacket.
It's just my sweater.
Your sweater. Okay. Is it cold today?
Not much.
Not much. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to class for Sunday. I just checked, make sure no one else is here. No, so I don't think Paula is here today, and I don't think Duknia is here today either. I can see Hakan is joining us and Bhutan. Hakan.
Hello.
Hello, Hakan. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Welcome to class. And hello, Bhutan. Bhutan.
Hello, Mr. Rick.
How are you, Bhutan?
I'm good.
Good. I can't see you yet, Bhutan or Hakan. Can you turn your cameras on, please? And who else is here? Sorry, Bhutan and Hakan, I still can't see you yet. Hello, Tone. How are you?
All right, I'm fine, thanks.
Good, good. Have you had a good week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you think? So.
So.
Okay. Now, Tone, now I can see you, Bhutan. Thank you. Very clear. Bhutan, what is on the wall behind you? What is the picture that I can see behind you? Yeah.
No, I don't know what that. What do you mean?
It's just like a piece of art, is it?
Oh, yes, I think so.
Okay. Okay. Good. Look, very interesting. Very colorful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Tone. Hello, Tone.
Yeah.
Okay, I know some of the things we've been doing in these last couple of lessons, I know you will have done before, sort of thing. I know a lot of this is quite easy for you, but hopefully some of the writing will be more interesting for you this afternoon.
Yes, okay.
Okay, Tone. All right, everyone. So now we will get started. We have a full class. I still can't see you.
Oh, I forget it.
Thank you. I can now. Thank you, Hakan. That's great. All right, everyone, let's look at our lesson plan for today. We are starting with the fun phrase. We also have a quick word challenge, which you should all be able to, I think, get very close to 100% on, if not 100%, more word formation practice, and then we will divide the rest of the lesson between some speaking and writing. Okay, so speaking and writing for task 2 of the Ielts. We'll continue to look at how you structure an essay. But first of all, we'll go to the fun phrase of the week. Tang.
Yes.
Okay, Tang, can you please read the fun phrase of the week?
Fun phrase of the week, sitting on the fence.
Good. And what does it mean, Tang?
It is to be undecided about something.
Good reading. Tuk Lin.
Yes.
Okay, Tuk Lin, how do you use it? How do you use it?
If you are sitting on the fence, you haven't decided which side of an argument you agree with. I'm on the fence about cheese flavor ice cream. Translates as I'm not sure whether I enjoy eating ice cream that tastes like cheese.
Good reading, Tuk Lin. Okay. Do you think, by the way, Tuk Lin, you would like cheese-flavored ice cream? What do you think? Cheese-flavored ice cream.
Yes.
What do you think? Good or bad?
What
do you think? For you, good or bad?
I think is not good.
Yeah, I think not good either. Okay, but if you are not sure, then you are sitting on the fence about this. You are on the fence. That's what this phrase means. For example, another sentence might be, I'm on the fence about whether China is a good or bad country. I'm on the fence about whether China is a good or bad country, which just means I'm not sure if China is a good country or a bad country. I'm on the fence. I'm in the middle. I'm sure you all know what a fence is. If you are sitting on a fence, it means you are neither on one side or the other. Okay, it means you are in the middle on something. That is what sitting on the fence means. Okay, Zhou Zhang. Hello, Zhou Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Zhou Zhang, what is a food coma?
Food coma is when we feel full as if after eating fully.
Eating too much. Eating too much. You are correct.
Yes.
Food coma is when you just feel sick or too full after eating too much. Zung Ha.
Yes.
What does not out of the woods mean, Zung Ha? We are not out of the woods yet. What does that mean?
I think it means not get decision.
It means we are still in trouble. Means we still have some problem. Okay? Okay, Zung Ha? Yeah. If we are not out of the woods yet, means we are still stuck somewhere with some problem. We still have some problem with something. For example, the Vietnamese economy is not out of the woods yet. Means the Vietnamese economy still has some problem. Does that make sense, Zung Ha?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hakan, under the weather, Hakan.
Under the weather.
Yeah.
It's under bad condition.
Not quite. Not quite. Can you be more specific, please? Under the weather.
Like you are under pressure or something?
Not quite. Not quite. Bhutan.
Yes, I'm here.
Under the weather. What does that mean?
I think it means you feel sick or...
Correct. Yes, exactly. Under the weather. Hakan means you feel sick. You are not well. If you feel under the weather, you are feeling sick. Okay? Not well. Thank you, Bhutan. Tone.
Yeah,
The ball is in your court, Tone. What does that mean?
it means now your turn to decide.
Correct. Okay, it means you have to decide about something. Usually it is something fairly important. Shall we go to Ho Chi Minh or Nha Trang for our holiday this year? The ball is in your court. Okay, that's how you use it. Shall we go Shall we eat banh mi or pizza for dinner? The ball is in your court. Means you decide. You decide. All right. And finally, Michael. Michael.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, sitting on the fence, Michael, what does it mean if you are sitting on the fence?
Sitting on the fence. If I'm not wrong, I think sitting on the fence is like you're thinking about how to make the decision.
Yes, correct. You are undecided. You are undecided
Just
about
like
something. Yeah,
just like
for
me
a,
right now.
yeah, undecided. For example, is there life on other planets? I'm sitting on the fence on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there life on other planets? I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. Means I'm not sure. I'm undecided. I don't know if there's life on other planets or not. That's how you use this phrase. All right. Thank you, everyone, for that. Next, the quick word challenge. Tongue. Tongue.
Yes.
All right, everyone, we're going to go quickly through this. I think you all know how this works now. Tongue, can you please read the first sentence for me?
Number one, what are that? It is fair what you say about young people today, or it is fair that you say about young people today.
All right, which version is correct, Tongue?
It is that.
All right, you choose that, do you? Is that right, Tongue? Are you choosing that?
Yes.
Okay, Tuk Lin.
Yes, I choose what?
Cho Zhang. Hello, Cho Zhang.
I choose what?
Dung Ha.
What?
Hakan.
I think I choose what?
Putan.
I choose what?
Tone.
I choose that.
Sorry, you choose that?
That.
Okay, and Michael.
I choose what?
Okay, the correct answer, everyone, is what? It's fair what you say about young people today, not it's fair that you say about young people today. That just doesn't make sense in that sentence. So it has to be what. So it's fair what you say about young people today. Okay. Excuse me, Tuk Lin. Tuk Lin.
Yes,
Can you read sentence 2,
Yes.
please?
okay. To or when it's tough when you live on your own, or it's tough to you life on your own.
Which one do
Okay.
you choose?
I choose when.
Okay. Oh, by the way, that live is pronounced live in this sentence, not live. Okay, everyone. So it's actually pronounced in this sentence, it is pronounced live. It's tough when you live on your own, or it's tough to you live on your own. Thank you, Tuk Lin. Cho Zhang. Cho Zhang.
I choose when.
Zung Ha.
I choose to.
Akan.
I choose when.
Bhutan.
I choose when.
Tone.
I choose when.
Michael
I choose one.
and Tang.
I choose when.
And the correct answer, everyone, is when. It's tough when you live on your own. All right. It's tough to you live on your own. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. It's tough when you live on your own. Meaning, of course, it's hard when you live on your own. It's tough if you have to live by yourself. Okay. Cho Zhang. Cho Zhang.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you read number 3, please? Sentence 3.
For by my parents made the decision for me to study overseas, or my parents made the decisions by me to study overseas.
All right. Which sentence is correct, Cho Zhang?
I choose for.
Okay. And the word, by the way, this is pronounced decision. Decision, everyone. Decision. My parents made the decision for me to study overseas. All right. Zung Ha.
I choose for.
Hakan.
I think it's 4.
Bhutan.
I choose 4.
Hone.
I choose 4.
Michael.
I choose 4.
Tang.
It is 4.
And Tuklin.
I choose 4.
And the answer, everyone, is 4. So that's great, 100%. Everyone got this one correct. My parents made the decision for me to study overseas. Again, the other one doesn't make sense. Okay, last one of these, Zung Ha. Zung Ha.
Choose or choose.
Yeah.
Which one would you like to choose? Or which one would you like to choose?
Okay, which one is correct, Zung Ha?
I will go for the first one.
Okay. You'll go for choose. Hakan.
I think I choose choose.
Okay.
When?
Bhutan.
I choose.
Tone.
I choose.
Michael.
You choose for me.
Tang. Hello, Tang.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Tang. Which one? Choose or chose? Choose. Okay. Tuklin.
Choose is my answer.
Okay. And Cho Zhang. Cho Zhang. Okay. All right. Again, well done, everyone. Choose is the correct one. Chose, of course, is past tense. All right. So for this sentence to be correct, has to be present tense. So it must be choose. Which one would you like to choose? Okay. Just looking at the scores. So congratulations to Michael, Tuklin, Cho Zhang, Hakan, and Bhutan all got 100%. So well done if you got 100% on that. Are there any questions about any of those? I do these every week just because it's good. I know most of you know these, but it's good practice to keep reviewing them. These are small words, but they can easily trip you up in an exam. And if you make a mistake with this, you lose a mark. All right. And it's good to be reminded of the correct answer for these. Good to keep practicing. Okay. Word formation. This time we are starting from number 29. Okay, so let's go from, who did I just talk to? Okay, Hakan.
Yes, number 29.
Yeah, Hakan, you will start. I'll get you to start in just a moment, but you are 29, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Bhutan, you are 30, Bhutan. Tone, you are 31. Michael, 32. Tang, 33. Tuk Lin, 34. Cho Zhang, 35. And Zung Ha, 36. Okay, Hakan, number 29, please.
Experimental life has not been, right?
Has not been, but you haven't pronounced the first word correctly, Hakan.
Yeah,
What
I
is
can not see clearly. Is experimental?
It's not experimental. Hang on, can I make this bigger? Okay, now hang on just a moment.
Exterminal?
Hang on, I will try and make it a bit bigger for you, okay? I will go to, I think, single page. Yeah.
Yeah, you have go. Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
Extraterminal. What word?
Oh, okay. Can you pronounce it, Hakan? This word?
Yeah, I can see extrater.
Yeah, keep going. You are correct so far.
Extrater. Yeah, I cannot see. I cannot see the trial.
Can I try?
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is. So the word is pronounced extraterrestrial. Okay.
What?
Extraterrestrial.
Oh, extraterrestrial life has not been scientist proof yet.
Okay. So scientist is not the correct form of the word.
I need an S or
Not an S. Okay.
well, they need scientific.
Not quite, no. So first of all, by the way, extraterrestrial means life in other planets, okay? Or in other galaxies, or life somewhere else in the universe. Extraterrestrial means life that is not on Earth.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense, Hakan?
Okay.
Extraterrestrial, that's what it means. So life on other planets has not been something proved yet. Tone. Hello, Tone.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what the word is, by the way, Tone?
Number
The word for here.
29.
Yeah, number 29.
Has not been scientific.
Close. You're getting closer. Sorry, Tone?
Scientifically.
Correct. Well done, Tone. Okay, so the word Hakan, the word is scientifically. That is the adjective form. Can you say that for me, please, Tone? Oh, sorry, Tone, not Tone. Hakan. Hakan.
Scientifically?
Yes, scientifically. Extraterrestrial life has not been scientifically proved yet, is the sentence. All right. And you know what extraterrestrial means now, Hakan?
Yes.
Good, good. I'm sure you have a word for this in Vietnamese, of course. Okay, but the English word for life on other planets is extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial, everyone. Okay, number 30, Bhutan.
Why don't you call the electrician if the lights don't work?
is correct. Why don't you call the electrician if the lights don't work? Tone 31, please.
Music and television are forms of entertainment.
Correct. Music and television are forms of entertainment. Michael 32.
The concert didn't live up to our expectation.
Correct. The concert didn't live up to our expectation. What should expectation have on the end, Michael?
Yes.
An S, okay. Expectations. It's
Yeah.
always expectations in the sentence. The concert didn't live up to our expectations. All right, needs to be plural. Thank you, Michael. Tongue. Hello, tongue. Okay, come back to you, tongue. Tuk Lin.
Yeah.
All right, Tuk Lin. This one is a little bit tricky because there's also a word missing as well. Okay, there's a preposition that is missing from the sentence. What do you think? Yeah, what do you think?
33, answer 33.
Number
Or
34. 34. 34,
34.
Tuk Lin.
I guess is allowance. I think it's not right.
Okay, so what is the sentence? What is the sentence, Tuk Lin?
This did you used to have the love as a child?
Okay, so what is the word in here, Tuk Lin?
I think it's,
What do you think?
it must be a noun. But
It must be a noun, correct. You are right. It must be a noun. So what is the noun version?
I think it's allowance.
Yes. Okay, good. You have the correct noun, but there is also a word missing. This one is extra tricky, okay? There needs to be a word between have. Yes, an allowance. An allowance. Very good, Tuk Lin. Okay. So the preposition an was missing here. Did you used to have an allowance as a child? Do you know what an allowance is, Tuk Lin? Do you know what an allowance is?
I don't know. I guess so.
Can you guess? Can you guess from the sentence? In Western society, an allowance is what is money that your parents give you every week if you are a child. Okay, a little bit of money, allowance. Okay, it is also called pocket money. Pocket money. So maybe, for example, your parents, because you help around the house, Tuk Lin, when you are a small child, maybe your mum might give you $1 for every week. Okay, and that is called your allowance. You get $1 every week because you help around the house. That gives you a little bit of money of your own and gets you used to having money. So that is what an allowance is. An allowance is money you get from your parents when you are a child, maybe every week or every month, but just a tiny bit of money, just a little bit. They give you an allowance. And usually in Western society, you get this money for helping around the house, helping your mum or helping your dad with the cleaning or dishes or cooking, something like that. That is what an allowance is. All right. Thank you, Tuk Lin. Tang, are you back yet?
Yes, I'm here. I just
okay. All right, Tang. So you are number 33.
So the electric company admitted the responsibility for the blackout.
Okay, that's very good, Tang. You are correct. The electric company admitted their responsibility for the blackout. By the way, this word here, respond, is wrong. They made a mistake when they made this sheet. So this word here should be responsible, by the way. Okay, so that was good, Tang. You chose the correct word. All right, Cho Zhang, number 35.
Number 35 is fractions able.
Okay, can you read the sentence, please, Cho Zhang?
I don't like those trousers, no matter how fashionable they are.
Correct. Very good, Cho Zhang. I don't like these trousers, no matter how fashionable they are. It's good. All right, number 36, Zung Ha.
Life expectancies varies according to country and gender.
Okay, life expectancy. In this case doesn't need an S, Zung Ha, but you have the correct form of the word. So life expectancy varies according to country and gender. What does life expectancy mean, Zung Ha?
It's like the age you live.
Correct. Very good, Zung Ha. Life expectancy means how many years are you going to live for, or how long will you live? That is life expectancy. Life expectancy, by the way, in New Zealand for a man is 83, for a woman is 85. So women in most Western countries live longer than men. Maybe it's the same in Vietnam. I don't know. Okay, but life expectancy, as I say, for men in most Western countries, around 83. For women, around 85. That's how long you are expected to live. All right. Any questions about any of these? Okay. All right, now we're going to get on to the speaking part of the lesson. Now, you might remember last week, I was trying to play some audio to you, which we couldn't hear, but I worked out why that didn't work. So hopefully now you will be able to hear the audio I'm going to play for you. Right. So you might remember last week, we also did number 3 here on the sheet. All right, we talked about using character adjectives to describe either yourself or someone you know. A character adjective is one of these words here: ambitious, blunt, clever, creative, and so on. All right. And we also talked about how when you are doing the Ielts exam, right, you need to give an example. You need to give an example. So, for example, she's really outgoing. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. So when you describe someone using a character adjective in the exam, it's best to always give an example of what you mean. This will allow you to show the examiner that you have a good vocabulary and an understanding of the meaning of the adjective that you're using. This one here, he's not very reliable. He's often late for our meetings. So remember, we did this last week, and I got you to talk about yourself. I consider myself to be reliable. I'm always helping other people. All right. So now this week, I'm going to get you to listen to 3 people talking about their relatives. So as you listen to this, please make a note of any interesting or useful descriptions you hear, also of any unfamiliar words you might hear. So these people are talking as if they've been asked a question in part 1 of the Ielts speaking test. Remember, part 1 of the Ielts speaking test, the examiner will ask you questions about yourself. Describe yourself to me. Or maybe we'll ask you questions about your friends. Tell me about one of your friends. Tell me about your best friend. And this is the sort of answer that you will give.
Collins, Ielts. Copyright HarperCollins Publishers, 2019. Track 1. 1.
The person I'm closest to in my family is definitely my mum, Kate. We've always got on and we hardly ever fall out. I know that's unusual. She's really outgoing. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. Everyone thinks she's good fun. I look up to her because she's so hardworking. She never sits still and she works long hours. She can be a bit impatient though. She gets annoyed when her colleagues aren't as efficient as her. I take after her in that. I'm impatient too. And she's oversensitive, often getting offended for seemingly no reason.
Okay, that was the first track. Hakan.
Yes.
Hakan, who was he talking about? Which relative?
Yeah, my computer has some problem about audio.
Okay, could you hear the audio?
Well, it's quite small, so I have to take out my headphone and put it in
Okay.
again, but still not work. But you
Okay.
still can hear me clearly, right?
I can hear you clearly. I can hear you fine. Yes. Okay. Bhutan.
Yes,
Did you hear who was he talking about?
I'm missing.
Sorry, Bhutan, did you hear?
No, I'm missing.
You were missing. Okay, could you hear the audio, Bhutan?
A little.
You should be able to hear the audio. Okay. Tone. Hello, Tone. Hello, Tone. Okay, Michael.
Hey, Teach.
Yeah, could you hear the audio that time?
I think I missed out the part where he was talking about the verb.
Okay, I'm going to play it one more time, everyone. All right. So could you hear the audio clearly enough, Michael?
Yeah, I did, but I missed out the part where he talked about the girl.
Okay, this time. So everyone, please listen carefully. See if you can hear who this guy is talking about.
1.
The person I'm closest to in my family is definitely my mum, Kate. We've always got on and we hardly ever fall out. I know that's unusual. She's really outgoing. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. Everyone thinks she's good fun. I look up to her because she's so hardworking. She never sits still and she works long hours. She can be a bit impatient though. She gets annoyed when her colleagues aren't as efficient as her. I take after her in that. I'm impatient too. And she's oversensitive, often getting offended for seemingly no reason.
Okay, Michael,
Yeah,
who was
I
he
heard.
talking about? Yeah.
His closest familiar, Kate.
Yeah. And who is Kate? Did you hear who is Kate? What
mom.
relation is she to him?
It's his mom.
Yes, very good. That's what I wanted. He's talking about his mum, everyone. Okay, he was talking about his mum. All right, and I'm sure you heard some of the character adjectives. She's hardworking, but she's impatient. All right, I'm going to, and sensitive, yeah, oversensitive. Very good, Michael. All right, so everyone, we're going to listen to 2 more of these. Again, I'm going to ask you who the person is talking about, and again, listen to some of the character adjectives. Now, by the way, these are all in different accents. I've chosen some different voices for you because not all English accents are the same, of course. So this next person is an Irish person, and I'm sure you will notice the difference in accent, but they are still speaking English. Anyway, have a listen to this.
2.
My cousin Kieran and I grew up together. We were inseparable. He was so creative. He'd always think of new games we could play and make up these stories to make me laugh. I was constantly amazed by his open-mindedness as well. He was never judgmental. I wish I could be like that. Unfortunately, we grew apart, slowly but surely, and by the time we went to university, we weren't in touch anymore. I haven't seen him for years. It's really sad. I would blame it partly on the fact that he's not very reliable. So, for example, if I message him, he won't respond. I'm not sure what he's up to these days.
Okay, Tuk Lin.
Yes.
Okay, who was she talking about? Who was she describing? What relative? What relative?
I have a little miss in the first line, but I think he's his friend, her friend, right?
Not a friend. No, not a friend.
No.
No,
Oh.
Cho Zhang. Cho Zhang. Hello, Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, who was she talking about?
I remember that he's her cousin, right?
Yes, that's what I wanted. He's her cousin, everyone. Talking about her cousin. She says at the beginning, my cousin. Thank you, Cho Zhang. All right, everyone, please listen carefully to these. Okay, the sooner we answer these questions, the quicker we can keep going. All right, so I'm going to play you the 3rd one now. This one, by the way, is in a Scottish accent. So again, it is a little bit different sounding, but of course it is still English.
3.
I know this is a cliche, but I don't get on with my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, Jane. She's so nosy, always wanting to know what we're doing and who we're with, and she's terribly blunt, which means she quite often upsets us with things she comes out with. And then she can be quite stingy. When we go out for a meal with her and my father-in-law, she never offers to pay, even though they're much better off than us. I must say, though, she's extremely clever, and I do respect her for that. She set up her own business 5 years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength. She's so self-assured and ambitious too, which I suppose is why she's so successful in business.
Okay, Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, who was she talking about? What relative?
Her mother-in-law.
Correct, her mother-in-law. That's very good, Zung Ha. She was talking about her mother-in-law. And you heard she had quite a few adjectives to describe her. Hardworking, ambitious, all right? All right, so I'm going to play each track again. This time, I want you to listen for the words they use to modify the objectives, okay? Words to use like, you can see how the modifying adverbs, all right, either emphasize, in fact, mainly emphasize the adjective which follows. So, for example, he's really lazy. He's really lazy. So the modifying word there is really, which means he's very, very lazy. So you need to listen to each of these tracks again. All right, this is good listening practice for you. And listen for the modifying word that goes before each of these adjectives. So in track 1, you are going to be listening for 1, 2, and 3. Is everyone clear about that? In track 1, you're going to be listening for the adverbs that are missing from these spaces, 1, 2, and 3. Any questions about that? And then I'm going to ask each of you what they are. Here we go.
1.
The person I'm closest to in my family is definitely my mum, Kate. We've always got on and we hardly ever fall out. I know that's unusual. She's really outgoing. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. Everyone thinks she's good fun. I look up to her because she's so hard-working. She never sits still and she works long hours. She can be a bit impatient, though. She gets annoyed when her colleagues aren't as efficient as her. I take after her in that. I'm impatient too. And she's oversensitive, often getting offended for seemingly no reason.
2.
Okay. Hakan.
She's
She's what?
really,
what is number 1?
really outgoing.
Okay, what is number 2?
He's so hardworking.
Number
He
3?
can be a bit impatient and
Okay, that's all. Thank you, Hakan. Bhutan, number 1.
I think number 1 is she is really outgoing.
Number 2?
She's so hardworking.
Okay, and number 3?
She can be bit impatient.
Okay, and Tone. Are you back, Tone? Hello, Tone. Okay, still not back. So number 1, she's really outgoing. Number 2, she's so hardworking. Number 3, she can be a bit impatient. So Hakan and Bhutan, you are both correct. Well done. All right, same thing now with voice track number 2, and we are listening to answer number 4 and 5. Okay, 4 and 5.
My cousin Kieran and I grew up together. We were inseparable. He was so creative. He'd always think of new games we could play and make up these stories to make me laugh. I was constantly amazed by his open-mindedness as well. He was never judgmental. I wish I could be like that. Unfortunately, we grew apart, slowly but surely, and by the time we went to university, we weren't in touch anymore. I haven't seen him for years. It's really sad. I would blame it partly on the fact that he's not very reliable. So, for example, if I message him, he won't respond. I'm not sure what he's up to these days.
Okay, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. Number 4.
He was he was so creative.
Okay, and number 5.
He's not very reliable.
Good. Tongue.
Yeah.
Hello, Tongue. Okay, so number 4, Tongue.
He was so creative.
Yep, and number 5.
He's not very reliable.
Number 5, Tongue.
He's not very reliable.
is correct. Okay, so that's good, Michael and Tang, you are correct. All right, he was so creative and he's not very reliable. So I hope you are learning from this how you can use adverbs to modify the character objective. By modify, I mean change slightly. So to say he's not very reliable means he's not reliable sometimes. Someone who is very creative means they are extra creative. So these adverbs are very useful to learn when you're describing someone or describing yourself. All right, last one of these, and then we're going to do some writing. So we are listening now for numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in this last voice.
3.
I know this is a cliche, but I don't get on with my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, Jane. She's so nosy, always wanting to know what we're doing and who we're with, and she's terribly blunt, which means she quite often upsets us with things she comes out with. And then she can be quite stingy. When we go out for a meal with her and my father-in-law, she never offers to pay, even though they're much better off than us. I must say, though, she's extremely clever, and I do respect her for that. She set up her own business 5 years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength. She's so self-assured and ambitious too, which I suppose is why she's so successful in business.
Okay, Tuk Lin.
Yes.
Number 6, Tuk Lin.
Number 6 is she's so nosy.
Is correct. Okay, Cho Zhang. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, number 7. Number 7, Cho Zhang.
She's quite blunt.
No, not quite in that state. There was another word. Not quite. Can you remember Cho Zhang or not?
I think that I not remember that one.
Okay. Okay. Zung Ha. Number 7. Number 7, Zung Ha.
7, she quite blunt.
Not quite. No, not quite. Akan.
I miss this either.
Okay. Bhutan.
I think she's terrible blunt.
Close. Okay. She's terribly blunt was the adverb. Okay. She's terribly blunt. Terribly in this instant means very, very blunt. She is terribly blunt. If you use the adverb terribly, it means you are extra or very, very something. For example, I'm terribly hungry. I'm terribly tired. I'm terribly overworked. All right, means I'm very, very overworked. So terribly is a very good adverb to know. Okay. Tone, are you back yet? Hello, Tone. All right, Michael.
Yes, I'm here.
Number 8, Michael.
She can be a bit stingy.
No, not a bit. She didn't say a bit. Okay.
Did I misheard?
I think so. I think you misheard. Quite a different word. Tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8.
Number 8. I think it was extremely.
No, not number 8. She can be something stingy. She can be something stingy. Okay.
Very.
No. Tuk Lin.
She can be quite stingy.
Correct. Thank you, Tuk Lin. She can be quite stingy. Quite, Q-U-I-T-E, everyone, Q-U-I-T-E. I'll put it in chat. Okay, just in case some of you aren't familiar with this word. Okay, she can be quite stingy, which means she can be a little bit stingy. Someone who is quite stingy is someone who is a little bit stingy. I'm quite hungry. I'm a little bit hungry. I'm quite tired. I'm a little bit tired. Okay, thank you, Tuk Lin. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Number 9, Cho Zhang.
She's very clever.
No, not very, Cho Zhang. Zung Ha.
She's extremely clever.
Good. That is correct. She's extremely clever. Extremely, again, means very, very clever. So extremely and terribly are synonyms, by the way. She's terribly clever. She's extremely clever. Both those adverbs mean very, very. And again, these are worth adding to your vocabulary because they will show an examiner what a wide vocabulary you have, which is why we're doing this. Okay, extremely clever. And the last one, number 10, Hakan. Hakan, number 10. Hello, Hakan.
Very.
All right, number 10, Hakan.
I think is really.
No, wasn't really. Okay, everyone, you have to listen carefully to this, please. All right, I know a lot of you have trouble with the listening. This is chance to practice it. Okay, Bhutan.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, number 10.
I'm missing number 10.
Okay, Michael.
Well, if I'm not wrong, is it very?
Is it very? No, wasn't very. Wasn't very. All right, Tongue. Number 10.
I misheard.
Okay, Tuk Lin.
She is so self-assured and ambitious.
Okay, so is correct. Thank you, Tuk Lin. You listened very well. So everyone, she's so self-assured and ambitious. Tuk Lin, can you pronounce that for me, please? Self-assured. Self-assured.
Self-assured.
Correct. Self-assured. Self-assured. Do you know what self-assured means, Tuk Lin? Can you give me a synonym for this? If you are self-assured, what does that mean? I'm thinking of a word that begins with C. Tuk Lin.
Confident.
Yes, very good. Okay, if you are self-assured, you are confident. You are confident. Someone who is self-assured is confident. And ambitious means, of course, that you want to be successful and maybe rich if you are ambitious. Okay, I'm going to play 3. Just before we finish this section, I want to play 3 for you again, all right? Seeing some of you had trouble hearing these words. Please make a note of these words because, as I say, you need to add them to your vocabulary if you want to impress an examiner and get a good score.
She can be quite stingy.
Okay, go back a little bit further.
She quite often upsets. Just wanting to know what we're doing and who we're with, and she's so nosy, always wanting to know.
Okay.
I know this is a cliche, but I don't get on with my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, Jane. She's so nosy, always wanting to know what we're doing and who we're with, and she's terribly blunt, which means she quite often upsets us with things she comes out with. And then she can be quite stingy. When we go out for a meal with her and my father-in-law, she never offers to pay, even though they're much better off than us. I must say, though, she's extremely clever, and I do respect her for that. She set up her own business 5 years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength. She's so self-assured and ambitious too, which I suppose is why she's so successful in business.
All right, are there any questions about those words? So these are the points to note about modifying adjectives. We use adverbs like really and so before a positive adjective to give extra emphasis. She's really outgoing, means she's very outgoing. He's so creative. We can use the same adverbs before a negative adjective, but we normally do this only if we don't like the person or we are angry with them. So negative adjectives, the ones here are nosy, blunt, stingy. Okay, they are negative adjectives. So if we say she can be extremely stingy, means you only usually say that if we don't like the person. All right. And number 3, if we say something negative about someone, for example, she's impatient or he's unreliable, that can sound too rude or impolite or blunt. So we often soften negative comments using phrases such as can be a bit or not very. For example, she can be a bit impatient. So instead of saying she's impatient, you say she can be a bit impatient. It just softens it a wee bit in English conversation, right? Makes it sound a bit softer, a bit more polite. He's not very reliable, okay? Is not too blunt, not too forceful. Are there any questions about that? All right. What we're going to do now is I want you to do this little exercise. I just give you a minute or so to do it. I want you to write a description similar to those you've just heard about someone in your family. So I want you to include adjectives from part 1, also the modifiers such as really, so, extremely, terribly, quite, a bit. Those are the modifiers. All right. And I want you to give me an example. Now you only have to do 1 sentence or so with this. I will give you an example. He's not very reliable. He doesn't answer my emails or doesn't answer my messages when I call him. My uncle is not very reliable. He doesn't answer my emails or reply to my messages when I call him. All right, that's what I want you to do now. So please just take a minute to write a sentence about someone in your family, and then I'm going to get you to read it to me. Are there any questions? All right. Tone, are you back yet? Hello, Tone. Oh, do we have a new student here? Ha Ling. All right. Michael, I will get you to go first in just a moment, okay?
All right.
All right, in just a moment. All right. Michael is first, then Tang, then Tuklin, then Cho Zhang, Zung Ha, Hakan, Bhutan. All right. Let me know when you are ready, Michael.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay, Michael. Whenever you're ready, please start.
So I'm going to talk about my best friend. His name is Mike. He's a really outgoing, what should I say, friend. And he's very creative because every time I ask him for a question, he immediately answered the question with extremely, can you help me with the word? Like, I want to know. That's a word I want to, extremely.
What? He answered, you mean he always gives you the correct answer?
No, like outstanding, yeah, extremely outstanding ideas.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Is that the end?
Yeah, I think it's the end.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. So the modifying adverbs you used were really and very and extremely. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, you used them correctly. Okay, and you gave me examples too. So that's good. Thank you, Michael. Okay, Tang.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, Tang, whenever you're ready, please.
So I'll talk about my mom. She's very impatient because when I try to do something and I can do it like smoothly, she will immediately do it for me. And she is so nosy. She's always want to know what I'm doing and I what I'm going to do in the next few hours.
Okay, Tang, that's excellent. Very good, Tang. Okay, you used that perfectly. All right, she is so nosy. All right, perfect, and very good pronunciation too, Tang. Okay, you gave the emphasis to so. She is so nosy. All right, and she is very impatient. And good examples too, Tang. Okay, very good. That's exactly how you should answer any question like that in an exam. Okay, Tuklin.
Yes, we'll talk about my sister. My sister is really hardworking because before the exam, she's always prepare and learn a lot to uh, to try to get the best score.
Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. I only want it short, Tuklin. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so what were the modifying adverbs you used?
She's really
Yep.
hardworking.
Yeah, really hardworking. Any others?
No, I just you want.
That's fine. That's fine, but you use it correctly. That's fine, Tuklin. Very good. Okay, you can relax. Cho Zhang. Cho Zhang.
My sister. So she's really intelligent because she understands deeply about a lot of global problems nowadays. She is also quite hilarious and creative when she can create many fascinating games and make me laugh every day.
Okay, very good, Cho Zhang. All right, Cho Zhang. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, that was excellent. Okay, perfect. All right. So Cho Zhang said quite hilarious. All right, which means she is quite funny. And that's very good, Cho Zhang. That is a very good description of someone. She makes me laugh. She's quite hilarious. Means she's funny. Very good, Cho Zhang. Okay, Zung Ha.
My cousin is really outgoing.
Sorry, Zung Ha. Can you turn your camera on, please, so I can see you? That's better. Okay.
My cousin is really outgoing. I can always see her posting her picture with her friends on social media.
Okay, is that the,
Just
yeah, keep
we
going.
just do one adjective or two.
No, that's fine. If that's all you've got, Sung Ha, that's fine. Okay, so you said she's very outgoing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Really
and you
outgoing.
can, yeah, and you always see her posting her picture with her friends on social media. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, good English, Sung Ha. All right, that was good. Thank you. Okay, Hakan.
Hello.
Hello, Hakan. Can you turn your camera on, please, Hakan?
Okay, so I'm going
Okay.
to talk about
Yeah.
my grandma.
Yep.
Grandma, she's a very intelligent, especially in history. Thanks to her assistant, I can broaden my knowledge about this subject. If there's one thing I dislike about her is that sometimes she is a little bit annoying because old people have a little problem about their mental health. Okay.
Okay, very good, Hakan. Okay, I like the way you used a little bit annoying. Okay, perfect English, Hakan, perfect English. Okay, means she's just a little bit annoying, but not much. Okay,
Yeah.
she's my grandma. All right, I still love her. That's fine, but she is a little bit annoying sometimes. So that's very good, Hakan. That's exactly how you should use that. Good. And last, Bhutan. Bhutan. Thank you for waiting, Bhutan.
I'm talking about my brother. He's so noisy when he wants to play video game in my room. But he's very clever because he is study well and he really outgoing with his friend in the neighborhood when he comes home from school.
Okay, that's good, Bhutan. So good description. I'm just going to change one of your sentences, all right? You said to me, because he is study well.
Yeah.
You said to me, because he is study well. That sentence is not quite correct. Can you correct it for me? Do you know what's wrong with it? Because he is study well is not correct.
He's studying well.
Close. Because he, what is that? What is the correct form of study we need for this sentence? Because he studies, well. Okay, not, you don't say because he is study well, you say because he studies well. All right, you need the verb there, because he studies well. So studies in this sentence needs to be a verb. Does that make sense, Bhutan?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, thank you everyone for doing that exercise. So again, I will quickly share this document with you. Okay, I hope you can all see this. All right, so the idea is to be able to use, firstly, character adjectives to describe someone, maybe yourself or maybe one of your relatives. All right, character adjectives such as these. Remember, ambitious, clever, creative, hardworking, judgmental, open-minded, those. So these are all well worth learning and remembering. All right. These ones are good formal descriptions of people in English. All right. Good formal ones. And they are well worth learning because they will show anyone, especially an examiner, how good your vocabulary is. And the second thing to learn, of course, is that you need to have modifying adverbs, such as she's so outgoing. She's really hardworking. She can be a little bit impatient. He was extremely creative. She's terribly nosy. She's extremely blunt. So learning those adverbs, again, expands your vocabulary. Are there any questions about any of that? All right. For the last part, I know we don't have very long, but we're going to look at going back to the writing very quickly. And we'll probably end up doing this, I think, next time. Sorry, I'm just trying to share a screen with you. Just please relax for a moment. I know some of you are getting probably extremely tired, all right, but we don't have long to go. So thank you everyone for your concentration. Okay, so Michael.
Yes.
Hello, I just want to check what screen you can see, okay?
What?
Can you see the one here about women and men?
A woman and man are commonly seen.
Great, thank you. That's the one I want you to see. That's great. Thank you, Michael. Okay. But actually, I do need to go back just a little bit instead. Is it gone? Sorry, everyone. Okay, this is the one I actually wanted you to see. So remember, we looked at this last week, everyone. Sorry, Michael, can you see the one that's headed practice exercises?
Yeah, practice exercise task 2.
Great, thank you, Michael. That's good. All right, remember last week, all right, we looked at the structure of an essay, everyone. We've moved on to writing, by the way, now, not speaking. And again, we will continue with this next week. But remember that an essay, it starts off with a what paragraph? A what paragraph? Michael? What is the name of this paragraph? The first paragraph, what's it called?
The opening?
Yeah, or opening, or what is the more formal word for that? Begins with I.
Introduction.
Yes, thank you. Introduction. So the opening paragraph is your introduction. All essays start with an introduction. Then you follow with tongue. Hello, tongue.
Yes.
Okay. What are these paragraphs called? Can you remember, tongue? What is the description for these? The first paragraph is an introduction. Okay. What are these paragraphs? What are your next paragraphs in your essay? Two words. Two words. First word begins with B. B.
B.
Yeah. There are two words. First word begins with B. Not sure? Tuklin.
Is
Hello,
a
Tuklin.
body.
Yes,
Body.
what? Body begins
Uh,
with P, begins with P.
Paragraph.
Yes,
What?
yes, simple as
Body
that.
paragraph.
Yes,
Right.
body paragraphs, body paragraphs. So you have an introduction, you have body paragraphs, all right? And the last paragraph is called Chojang. What is the last paragraph called? Hello, Chojang.
The last paragraph is called conclusion.
Conclusion. Thank you. Okay. So we have an introduction is the first paragraph. Then we have body paragraphs for the main part of the essay. Maybe you have 2 or 3 of these, and the last paragraph is always a conclusion. All right. So that is the structure that you need to remember for these. Now, looking at the introduction, we're going to practice this next week. We will start with writing next week because we didn't get quite as far this week as I wanted to. Your introduction paragraph is always a paraphrase and a thesis statement. I'll show you what I mean by that in just a moment. A paraphrase and a thesis statement. Okay, so this is the essay topic, all right? You have to write about this topic, which I'll read to you. In spite of the many advances women have made in education and employment, they continue to be at a disadvantage when it comes to pay and promotion. In your view, what should be done to promote equality of opportunity for men and women in the workplace? Okay, so you can see in the introduction, all right, it does a paraphrase of this, the topic. Bhutan.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Okay, Bhutan, can you read the first paragraph for me, please?
In many parts of the world, there is no greater equality between working men and women. Nevertheless, women still tend to earn less and enjoy fewer promotions than men.
Okay, good reading, Bhutan. Thank you. So I hope you all can see that this paragraph here is basically a paraphrase of this, all right? In spite of many advances women have made, they continue to be at a disadvantage when it comes to pay and promotion, all right? So he said here, nevertheless, women still tend to earn less and enjoy fewer promotions than men. So it is saying the same thing, just using different words. So in your introduction, you always have a paraphrase. I'm sure you all remember this from writing task 1, where you paraphrase the title of the graph in your first paragraph. I hope you all remember this. It is the same for writing task 2. You need to write a paraphrase of the main topic. However, the difference is it is a slightly longer paraphrase. Then the second part of your introduction is what is called the thesis statement. This is where you give your opinion on something. And in this case, in this essay, the essay writer has said, however, in my view, there's much that can be done to address this problem constructively. Okay, so this statement gives an indication of what the rest of the essay is going to talk about. That is, ways of solving the problem as to why women earn less money and get fewer promotions than men. So again, the first part, this is what I want to leave you with this afternoon. The first part of an essay is what? Michael, the first paragraph of an essay is what?
The first paragraph of an essay
is called the
introduction.
Correct. Thank you. Tongue.
Yes.
Tongue. Okay. The first part of an essay, the first paragraph is called the introduction. The introduction includes two things. What is the first thing it includes?
It is a paraphrase.
A paraphrase. Thank you. A paraphrase of the topic. Okay. A paraphrase of the topic. Thank you, Tongue. Tuk Lin.
Yes.
What is the second part of the introduction?
Your opinion.
Yes, which is called, what is the formal word for this? Or the formal phrase for this? Can you remember what I said?
Sorry, I forgot it.
Okay, I'll write it down just in case. People aren't sure what I was talking about. Okay, you should all be able to see that in chat. Can you see that, Tuk Lin? Can you see what I've written in chat, Tuk Lin?
Yes, I see that.
Okay, what does it say?
This statement.
Thesis statement. Okay, thesis statement. Yeah, thesis statement. This is where you give your opinion about something. Okay, and this is always the second part of your introduction. So again, I'll repeat this just to make sure you all understand. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
What is the first paragraph of an essay called?
Introduction.
Ung Ha. What is the first part of the introduction called? What do you do in the first part of the introduction?
Paraphrase.
All right. You paraphrase what? Paraphrase what?
Paraphrase the question.
Yes, you paraphrase the topic of the essay. Okay, you paraphrase the topic of the essay. All right. And this, for example, again, if you are not sure, this paragraph here is the topic of the essay. So you have to write a paragraph of that. Hakan.
Hello.
Okay, Hakan, the first part of the introduction is a paraphrase of the topic. What is the second part of your introduction?
The thesis statement, right?
Correct. The thesis statement, which is where you give your opinion or where you say what you are going to show in the essay. Okay, and again, I will show you this. All right, this is the thesis statement for this essay. All right, where he says or she says, some would argue that this situation will correct itself, but in my view, there is much to be done to address this problem, to make this problem better. Okay, so that is this thesis statement. There's much to be done to address the problem, and I'm going to tell you what those things are. Is there anyone who is not clear about that? Okay, good. We'll continue with this next week. Okay, so thank you everyone for your time and attention. Let me see. Oh, I'm going to get to stay behind here. Tung, can you stay behind for 1 minute, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Tung. All right. Does anyone else have any questions before we go? Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
What are you doing for the rest of today?
I still have any plan for the rest.
You don't have any plan for the rest of today?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I hope you can relax. Bhutan, what are you doing for the rest of today?
I think I will sleeping.
Yeah, I think I will sleep. I think I will sleep is what you say. I think I will sleep. Okay. I hope you have a good rest, Bhutan. Tuk Lin, what is for lunch at your house?
What is for lunch?
Lunch. Yes.
My lunch.
Yeah. What did you have for lunch?
I have it for.
You had pho.
Yeah.
Wow, very
Yes.
delicious. I like pho. Okay, thank you. Zung Ha.
Yes,
I like your top. Very colorful, Zung Ha.
thank you.
Okay, very colorful. What are you doing for the rest of today?
I will get ready for another extra class.
Wow,
at evening.
what class this evening? What class?
Math class.
Okay, all right. Good luck with that. Thank you, Zung Ha. Michael, what about you? What are you doing?
I'm going to continue revising for tomorrow's test.
Okay, good luck with your tests this week. Okay, Michael? All right, hope they go well.
Thank you.
And finally, Hakan. Hakan, what are you doing?
Well, I will do the rest of my homework.
Right. Okay. Good luck with that. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for joining the class today. Tang, if you can just stay for 1 minute, please. Otherwise, I hope you all have a very happy week. Okay. And I will see you all at the same time next week. Bye, everybody.
Rồi, Thắng ở lại, thầy nói chuyện với thầy
Goodbye,
là
Mr.
xíu.
Rick. Con chào bác.
Chào con. Chào con. Okay. Yeah. Is it
Okay.
Thắng? Yeah, Thắng is
Okay.
staying.
Tang, yeah. So I thought I saw a new student, Mrs. Ha, but then they disappeared.
No, because there was one little girl in Japan. Because they thought that is my lessons, but I said that my lesson starts at 6 p.m. not now. So
Right.
she disappeared. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
that's
yes.
what? That was a girl from Japan.
Yes, there was a little girl from Japan, but she's about 11 or 12 years old. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Tang, can you hear me?
Thắng
Hello,
ơi.
Tang.
Yes, okay.
Okay,
Right.
yes.
Okay, Tang, you can hear me all right?
Con để
Yes,
Thắng,
I can
thầy
hear
đang nói
you.
chuyện với con.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good.
okay.
Good, Tang. Okay, Tang, I want to check that you are happy with the classes, okay, and that everything is okay with you. So are you happy with the class, Tang?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you learning the sort of thing that you want to learn?
Yeah, I've learned some of my new skills, like
Okay.
talking.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Tang. What do you have the most difficulty with? Is it speaking, reading, writing, or listening? Which one which one is the hardest for you?
I think the writing is best.
Okay, good. All right, that's fine. All right, we're going to be concentrating on that more for the next few weeks. Okay, and finally, Tang, is the level right for you? By which I mean, is it not too hard or not too easy for you?
Yeah, I think it's not too hard and like it's suitable for me.
Good. Okay, that's great, Tang. All right, and finally, do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
Okay, Tang. All right, Tang. So it's good to see you again after all these weeks when you have been quiet. Okay. So
Mấy thầy con xem con có cái gợi ý gì không? Con muốn học về cái kỹ năng nào khác không? Thì con có thể gợi ý với thầy, con hiểu không? Tức là về speaking hay là writing thì con muốn cái học cái gì nhiều hơn, hay là focus vào một cái gì đó special hơn thì con có thể gợi ý với thầy, thì thầy sẽ như thế. nhá. Mình để xem là tức là cái bài học có phù hợp với mình không ấy, nó có thể là khó, có thể dễ, hoặc là có thể nó không, hay nó quá dễ với mình kiểu thế. Thế thì con có thể nói với thầy điều chỉnh một cách rất thoải mái, hiểu không? Yeah, okay.
Okay, Tang. So anytime you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, either me, all right, you can email me, or ask Mrs. Ha, of course.
Okay.
Okay, Tang, because I want you to feel like this is part of your family in a way. All right, this is just your English class family. All right. So I want you to feel at home when you do this class.
Yes.
Okay, because if you feel relaxed and at home, I think you will learn more easily. All right, that's all, Tang. All right, hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I will see you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Miss.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye, Tang.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Moment, please. Okay, moment, please. Okay.
Sure.
Because, okay. Yes. Stop.
Still recording.
Yeah.
Still recording.